Welcome to the CEO Chick Podcast. I'm your host, Colleen Otero. Are you a young entrepreneur trying to figure out if this business thing is really for you? You want to start, you have a hobby, and you want to turn it into something that really generates revenue for you? This episode is for you. I brought two of my mentees on to talk about their entrepreneurial journey, and I know you're going to learn something. So lock in, girl. Get off, stop scrolling, stay locked in right here for about 20 minutes and listen to their stories. Welcome to the CEO Chick Podcast. We are filming live at Women Who Dominate here this Women's History Month. And so we just wanted you to be a little fly on the wall and check out the content that we have for you all. I don't ever introduce myself. I'm Colleen Otero. I'm the host. Oh my gosh, this whole time. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. All right, we have with us today none other than the beautiful Marielle and Agata. Go ahead and introduce yourself, ladies. I'll start with you, Marielle.
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Marielle Keziah. I am a 25-year-old entrepreneur and content creator, originally from New York, but I've been in Orlando for 4 years now. Yes, New York, stand up.
Right here. Book, 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 book. Can't stand up right now. She got me started. That's all you're going to get now. That's it. More fire. That's all you're going to get.
Too much.
My name is Agata Diaz, and I'm also a solo entrepreneur that just started her business last year. I'm originally from Puerto Rico, and I've been in Orlando for the past 3 years.
Beautiful. Thank you all for being here with us, ladies. I want you to just talk about being a young CEO, right? I got started doing hair at the age of 12. And when I did my mother's hair right for the first time, she paid me, and I did not look back. And I was an A student. And my parents were like, go into the medical industry. That's what all of our family, we're a matriarchal family, and that's what they all did. Medical, medical, medical. And I was like, I'm going to do hair. I'm going to do hair. That's what I'm going to do. I just want to hear a little bit of your story. How'd you know that entrepreneurship was for you? Yeah. And don't say Instagram, because I'm going to cut the mic.
What? Really? So when I was 4 years old, I actually had a dream. And at the time, I didn't know that God spoke to people in dreams. I didn't know much about God outside of like Jesus loves little children. But I had a dream that I was walking down something really similar to where we are now, wearing heels. And I never wore heels as a 4-year-old, but I just associated that with being a businesswoman. So from an early age, I knew I wanted to be a businesswoman. And I think it came from my father, who is an entrepreneur, but he didn't know how to do the business side when it came to the financials. So he ran a business, but it was a immigrant business. He's Ghanaian. So I know that when I was 12, I started my first business called Mari's Sweet Shop. I love to bake. I got my first brownie set when I was 8, and I sold cupcakes at my school. They didn't want me to, but I was still selling them.
Not illegal cupcakes and brownies.
Illegal cupcake business, yes. And from there, I just loved selling, the art of showing the product, showing the value of a product. And I feel like that just grew over time and scaled into the business I have now.
Beautiful, beautiful. How about you, Agata?
So for me, it's a little bit different. I think I began with what a lot of young people begin with, which is like, I have to finish school, I have to go to college. I was actually studying to be a engineer at the time. But then the Lord called me to become a missionary for, I want to say, 6 years. I was in South America. But even before that, in college, I found that I knew how to do a lot of things and I could learn quickly. But what I would cater to the most was helping individuals on whatever they needed. I was more like, that helping hand. And actually, when I wanted to start a business and I actually did my business cards, it wasn't an official LLC, but back in college, I had my business cards and my business was called A Helping Hand. So I would just, come into people's homes and whatever they were needing help with, I would try to assist. And then I went to do missionary, I went to serve as a missionary for 6 years.
Okay.
And then when I came back, long story short, I was like, Lord, I'm like at zero. I didn't finish college. I don't have savings. I don't even know what a credit card is. I don't know what a debit card is. I don't know what nothing is. I don't know what a bank account, credit card, nothing. Because I was doing voluntary work for so many years. And the Lord answered that prayer by bringing different people into my life. And through that education, I realized that I had so many ideas and that it wasn't always so linear. And so what I got encouraged to do is take what I had got a time for the Lord to say, I have given you so many gifts. What do you have in your hand right now that you can multiply? And so that's what I did. I just kind of got more information. I was very intentional to meet the right people that would help me get to a place where I could believe I can actually do something, like I can actually build a business out of the gifts or the passions that I have. So that's how I started.
Love that. Love that. I hope you're enjoying this episode. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But right now, I want to shout out our sponsors. We have Popple. You can get your digital business card from Popple. Just go over to their website. You should see the information on the screen so you can get a digital one-tap business card, ladies. Then we have Bask and Lather, and it is all the rave, and it backs up its claims. Our sponsor for over a year now at the CEO Chick Network is Kylie Cosmetics. We want to shout them out. I'm rocking these colors right now. Leo, Malibu. These are my go-to. And honey, it does not leave. It look. It's awesome. And then new to the family is none other than Look. And if you want the look, honey, these are, at this big old age of 47, I need readers now, but these are progressive lens. And I can wear them when I'm driving. I can use it for reading, and they are stylish. This is one of their newest line that is out by none other than the Ellen Welteroth, if I'm saying that right. But she the bomb. Look it up. It's awesome. Now, go back to this episode. So your service, right? You're doing personal service, which is inclusive of like household management and nannying and so on and so forth. And now
Meal
you have
prepping, personal assistant,
meal prepping, all the things we love to do.
Yeah.
And so you have a team now of how many?
I want to say 3.
You want to say?
Yes.
Or you have 3?
So we
Is
have...
it 3 bodies?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So yes, it's 3.
Yes.
All right.
It's changing. That's a part
Right
of it
now
too.
it's 3.
Yes.
Okay,
exactly.
thank you.
Yes.
And what about you, Marielle? Are you a solopreneur? Are you working with a team yet?
So yes, I definitely have expanded. So I'm now working with, instead of doing everything myself, because I used to be Miss I can do it all myself. I work with a lot of videographers now, content creators, and people that can help elevate my brand and bring more visibility to my brand.
I love that. And you also were the winner of our pitch contest last year. Yeah, she won our pitch contest last year. Tell us how the brand has evolved since you won the pitch. You coached with Christina. You coached with Jennifer. We loaded you down. You got cash. You got all that with our grant. So
shout out to CEO Chicks. I can say Mastermind 2025 changed my life. You could talk to me about that after. I have a whole testimony. But it changed my life. It came at the right time. So everyone here, just mark this day down and really journal what happened, all the connections that you made, because in 365 days, your life will look completely different. But yeah, through just CEO Chicks and the network that I was able to connect with through that event, like my mindset changed, my actions changed, and I feel like that was the biggest shift. It was not so much being in my head about what I could do. The possibilities started becoming present in my life. It started becoming reality. So everything I said that I would like to do this, Colleen's like, so do it. And tell me when it's done, because I don't want to talk about.
And then what date? And then what time? Right?
So I took a lot of my thoughts, a lot of that inner self-talk, any self-doubt I had, I just turned it into action. And even through failure, you learn so much. And I feel like failure has been the best teacher to me, because it shows me that it's possible. I just have to try another way. So, yeah.
That's so good, and that's so true. I commend you guys both for what you're doing. What is the greatest lesson that you've learned in your process so far? How many times you wanted to quit?
From the beginning.
She's like, today. With the 3 maybes.
Yes. From the beginning.
On the staff. You know what I'm saying?
I was consulting with God throughout the whole thing. I was like, God, are you in this? Is it where you want to go? And I was just, whenever there was a slight, something difficult that was coming, I would go talk to someone. I'm like, I don't know if this is what God wants me to do. And I would say, so many people, whether it was my pastor or different people, it's like, no, you're going to take the step, keep going. And I would just get different confirmations and just like that push to just keep pursuing. I've always been also determined, but yes, of course.
What was the greatest challenge for you? Like, what, if you could list one of them, was it the hiring someone and it not working out? Was it like, what is it?
I think it was the knowledge part. I think that just being able to get the LLC and then make sure that I had, business tax, just all the administrative, all the certificates, all the, all the things like that, just making sure that it was something legit by not knowing absolutely anything because I didn't go to business school.
Right.
At the time, I didn't have a coach. So, just things like that.
Yeah, I'm here now. You good?
Yes.
For me, I would say it was more of this experience that I feel like everyone has to go through at some point, but learning not to shrink yourself, allowing myself to see myself how other people saw me, and accepting that that was the true me. I feel like there was a period that I was insecure. I had a lot of self-doubt. And even when I accomplished things, I would feel like I could do more, I could do better. And I feel like balancing that out with accepting all that you've already done to get to the point that you're at is so important because we're our worst bullies, we're our worst critics, and we have to uplift. And as a Jamaican would say, big up yourself sometimes, like, I'm doing this, I'm in this, and this is where I need to be.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, and I feel it coming out of you. You got some fresh oil, girl. Sense that thing. In your industry, Agatha, it kind of can be like undervalued, right? Would you say like when it comes to individuals who are caregivers or maybe help around the homes, things of that nature, it can be sometimes deemed as undervalued. How are you redefining that care work, right? In this market with a real, that CEO level of entrepreneurship?
Well, definitely one of the ways that I kind of try to explain to people, I'm like, you can go to AI, ChatGPT, and automate absolutely anything, but nothing's going to beat someone working one-on-one with you, coming into your home, coming into your personal life. You can get programs, you can get systems, you can go to a lot of schools, but if the core of your home or your personal life is not stable, it's not strengthened, there's no order there, everything's going to come clashing down. So I kind of just, remind people like, hey, this is what I can do for you. There's some things that you can let go. And maybe some people don't even recognize that some areas of their lives are just not doing well, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and it's reflected in their home life, in their family life. So I kind of just, I kind of bring that to the table and I say, hey, I might be able to help, or I can bring someone in to come and help you.
Yeah, and that's so necessary, knowing that you have someone that you can rely on in your home. Like, I think it's important. That household engineering is important because being a mom, a business owner, a wife, a friend, a daughter, like I said, my parents are aging and they need more help. So it's just a very helpful service. I really, really think it's necessary. How about you? How are some ways you're redefining? I think at one point when it came to the beauty industry, everybody was selling hair. I was like, oh, you selling hair now too? Everybody had bundles. Y'all laughing because it's true.
It's true.
Everybody had bundles. So how are you able to really stand out in that saturated market? Because people will talk themselves out of doing something that's popular, and that's important that you don't do that.
Yes. So for those who don't know, I am the owner of Lux Life Label. We are a luxury experience when it comes to hair extensions, and we offering concierge services as well to get custom bundles to match your hair goals overall. So I feel like that distinction and establishing that early on, saying that we are the Chanel of raw hair, and then standing up to it was what made the difference. People can declare anything over anything, but when you're backing it up with customer experience, validation, it really makes a difference in showing that I am different and I want you to experience better.
Yeah, I love that. The Chanel.
The Chanel of raw hair. Yes.
Which, AKA, get your coins together. That's the best way to put it. Like, get your coins together when you come over here. Okay.
But we'll take care of you too.
And we'll take care of you. Yeah, you did such a good job with your pitch last year. And I don't pick the winners. Like, people on the team pick the winners. And you did a phenomenal job just showing up and sharing. I want to go just a little bit with you still, because I remember you were going through some things personally with coming down here and kind of just issues being a single mom and just working through all of that. How were you able to navigate running your business and keeping, it going while dealing with a lot of that personal hardship?
Yes, so I had to learn quickly the power of the pause. So just to give a little context, I've been running my business since I was 17, actually. I started building the groundwork for my business, and I just never stopped. I kept striving until life really hit me in my face. I was in a stage where I thought I had it all. I was engaged. I had my daughter. We moved from New York to Florida. It felt like the dream life, and I'm running my business, and life really hit me. And I had to take a moment and pause and really talk to God. And I feel like when God started taking things out of my life that I kind of idolized, like I idolized being in a relationship, I idolized this perfect Florida life, and God started taking things away from me. And through that, I was able to really see, like, wow, with what I have left, I can still do this. And that was so empowering to me. It showed me that it really came from inside. It wasn't what I had on me. It wasn't what was around me. The friends I thought I had left me. And it left me with a 3-year-old and just God. And through that, he rebuilt me. He restored me. And this version I am now, it's like 365 days ago, I'm telling y'all.
Yeah.
It wasn't this,
Yeah.
But this is so much better.
One of the things I'm so proud of you about was when you were like, I'm going to get a job. And I was like clapping for you. And I want to just really pause right here, because entrepreneurship has ups and downs. And sometimes it's frowned upon, right, for you to get a job. But I clap for women that say, I got to get a job. Because you have responsibilities. That money can go towards investing in your business, but society will try to tell you that means that you failed, right? And it's like, no, like I'm still figuring it out, but I have a daughter to take care of, and the enemy will try to get in your head. And I just wanted to pause and give you your flowers. I commend you for that, and not letting everything don't gotta be destroyed. You don't have to suffer when you could have just humbled yourself and got a job. My God, humble yourself, sis, and get the job. Agatha, we're going to close out. What are some last words that you want to give someone young, interested in entrepreneurship? Should they just dive right all in? Or what are just some words of wisdom that you would give someone that wants to get into entrepreneurship that's young like yourself?
Yes, I would say, my relationship with God has been the best thing, and also just faith. Taking that faith is action. So if you have an idea, don't be afraid of failure, because I feel like that was the thing that would put a pause and would put a stomp, and it being afraid of failure, being afraid of the future, of just trying to have all the details figured out before I even take a step. So I think that my best advice is, like, if you have something in your heart, try it out, take the step. And if it's not meant to be, if the Lord is not in it, he will let you know. But you have to take action. You cannot just wait.
How about you, Marielle?
Wow. I have to come back to the power of the pause, like knowing when you need to take a moment, because a lot of times we consider entrepreneurship to be this constant grind. And in that grind, you're not able to hear God. I have to say that. You're not able to hear him clearly as he wants to speak to you. So when I paused, God gave me a new vision for my business, a new direction that just couldn't be taken from me. So just know when to take that pause, when to rest and reset and really hear from the Lord.
Thank you so much. That is so sweet. I love you guys so much. I'm so proud of you and all you're accomplishing. And you know what I just want to add is that sometimes the first business isn't the business, right? Like it's okay. Like I said earlier, your business isn't your baby. We don't sell babies over here. Like, so it's usually God giving you something that you can grow. Sometimes it is, but just be sensitive to it. Sometimes he's growing and giving you something greater along the way. But Clint, you clap it up for them?
Yeah.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.